There's been a lot of controversy over Netflix animation over the last few days, but even with all that negative energy, the small community of the Green Eggs and Ham series are adoring the new season. About a year ago now, I talked about what I was expecting for this new season, and after completely watching it this past week, I was half right. In the video, I mentioned that the story will need to go more in depth into the actual setting of the story, which it did. However, I said it would also most likely focus more on the journey aspect rather than meeting the mother. But I was completely wrong, and I am glad I was. This season was spent on growing the lost relationship between Sam and his mom, and also spent on the other characters such as Guy and EB, which I really appreciated. I liked seeing Guy and Michelle married and a growth in their relationship. As well, I like seeing EB and the prince finding a relationship. This season spent a lot of time to grow a relationship, create a relationship, and fix a relationship. Yes, this season was focused on finding the mother, but transitioning into more was much better, and it didn't feel out of the ordinary. It felt right to what Green Eggs and Ham was all about, and having more characters was a great way to further the story in this season. While doing all this, it set up the missing setting in which the first season struggled with, which is a huge plus for me. As well as the season had the same humor and gags as the first, less narrating from, for a lack of a better word, the narrator, but he was great still. Animation, camera angles, music composition was overall the same and adequate. It was just great. Favorite scene from this show was definitely the play-by-play of Sam's psyche with the stressed out song playing in the background. I don't know why, but this scene really hit differently for me. Overall, I found that I am accepting of Sam's mom. Sure, she was a piece to Sam, but she had good reason for it, and if they just stayed away from the same excuse of she's a spy, then I'd really appreciate it more, but alas. Guy and EB had some great development, and unexpected development, more or less, that I really enjoyed at the end. The one thing about this season that I thought could have been improved upon was the ending. It was quite predictable and felt alright at the conclusion as opposed to other parts of the plot. Unlike season 1, there was no teaser towards another season, just sort of an easy way to end it more or less. Would have preferred something more, but here we are. Other than that, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover about this new season. This season was simple, but it was needed and it was wonderful. I'm personally more of a fan of season 1, but season 2 was no work wasted. As for the future of the show, it's not necessarily looking amazing as this season was in the same batch with the first season of episodes most likely, but if Netflix sees people talk about Green Eggs and Ham like this YouTube video I'm making, we might get another season and I'd be completely down for that. Thank you to the team of Green Eggs and Ham for creating the show. It was a blast. I loved all of it. Great work to a franchise that's pretty old and it wasn't considered to be good at one point. Let me know if you guys like the season and I'll see you guys later.
A secret story somewhere in time, an unsolved mystery.